How you guys doing today? Man, oh man, these two knives have been in the works for a long time. For one of my good friends. But seriously, he's been waiting a long time, like over a year for these guys. And a few of these knives that are here that I'm trying to wrap up. I haven't taken on any new work in a long time. Just trying to get caught up again. It's got a lot going on. And I do apologize for those of you guys who got caught in the crossfire. But I am trying. Here's some proof. Here's one that's two that will be going back to his owner, pending that he likes what he sees here. So these have been back and forth between the owner and I a couple times now, I believe. So what you're looking at first, let's get that out of the way. This is a large Emerson A-100 that has been highly modified. So first of all, let's get them open and show you. Here is the Mini A100. I think that the Mini, if I remember right, is discontinued. Maybe that's misinformation. Please do not quote me. So anyways, let's show you first. If you know about Emerson knives, you know they are overbuilt and tough and thick, and sometimes they're better pry bars than cutters. So the owner here sent both of these off to Keith Johnson, which is a custom knife maker that maybe some of you have not heard about. I don't think he really does many. He's not really known for his one-handed openers. He mostly does slip joints and more traditional knives like that. So anyways, and I don't think he traditionally regrinds knives, but the owner of these two knives, he owns an incredible collection, has had a custom knife or two or three, I don't know how many, made by Keith. So he had asked Keith Johnson if he could regrind these, and regrind them he did. This is no, it's not CPM. I almost said CPM 154, but they are not. They are 154 CM. That's what Emerson likes to use. Ernest Emerson kind of thinks if it's not broken, don't fix it. And then there also is diminishing returns, I guess, into what he wanted to do. So I don't know, 154 CM, it's not a bad steel at all. There's better, well, I guess there's better according to my standards and what I'm looking for, but it's a great steel. It's a great EDC steel. It sharpens up easy, has a nice fine grain structure to it, gets super sharp. So Keith Johnson put on what feels like a really shallow hollow grind on this, and then I stonewashed it. There's like a little imperfection blade. I think this one was a coated blade. One of these were coated. I can't remember which one was which. But anyways, these will both be users. You can see my stonewash in there showing the owner. But Keith really did an incredible job on these regrinds. You wouldn't even know that they were touched. I believe he also put the swedge on there, or made the swedge pull back a little more. I honestly can't remember. Like I said, these knives have been in the works a long time. So then we also took it from a chisel ground on the edge, and I sharpened up into a V ground edge. Again, 154 CM is a great steel, gets incredibly sharp. You know, you're just going to have to maintain it a little more than you might S30V. Not even a huge difference with the heat treating. The experience with my Emerson has been maybe a click or two underneath S30V as far as having to resharpen it. But definitely serviceable. So anyways, it works. That's my feeling on Emerson's 154 CM, in case you was wondering. It works. It's a good steel. There's nothing to complain about, in my opinion. So, alright, if the lighting will cooperate with me, we did silver lightning strike for the scales. Can you see the silver wire in there? And then I also put, oh man, I'm going to forget what that stuff was called. A couple years ago, I had a viewer send me this. I think it was Tech Stab or something like that. I think his friend made it, and I still have about half of that block. So I figured this would make a real cool backspacer instead of just putting like regular, because they had their regular, was it G10 or was it plastic? I think it was G10. So Emerson had the regular G10 backspacer in there. I believe the large A-100's now also ship with the standoffs like this. Anyways, I thought I'd put that in there because it's got that little tin foil type. It's not tin foil, it's like aluminum in there. Aluminum wire. I thought it'd go good with the aluminum wire that's in these scales. See all the fit and finish there. And then I believe the owner had sent this clip out to be Cerakoted. And then also I retapped it so this pocket clip is up a little higher. You're probably not going to be able to see in there. Yep. You see that set of holes? I tapped another set up higher. So I guess about a 1/4 inch. Yeah, just about a 1/4 inch higher. But I didn't want to block that lanyard hole. So anyways, there you go. What a sweet carry piece. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Talking about the blade, you can see it's very, very straight. But there is some benefits to that. It makes a great EDC because it feels good. It doesn't force your hands into any certain grip. You can get right up on that edge just like a knife with a choil on it. Let's just show you some size comparisons. This is, I don't know why I have this in my pocket. I've been carrying this the past 2 days. This is a Spyderco Military, which is a pretty large knife. But this large A-100 actually has about the same cutting edge as this. So it's a pretty big knife, but they pack a lot of that edge up into the handle. So it's a lot more efficient as far as cutting edge to handle ratio. Again, no rake. You can see how a military is raked down. That's like a negative blade angle, which means your hand's up here, the blade's coming down. It's one of the reasons I love the military so much. But it's not to say that something straight does not have its advantages as well. Feels good in all positions. I imagine as a fighting knife, maybe it feels more familiar, maybe it penetrates more, maybe it's kind of like a dagger type profile. Talking about how this is a drop point here. I don't know. That's in over my head. Ernest Emerson knows all about that, so you can look at his copy. I think they come out really nice though. Especially with that regrind, they're certainly usable now. And not that they weren't before, but now they are very geared for EDC. Let's get a look at the small one. This same regrind, same swedge. You see the stone wash on there. I did the stone wash, I did the edge. This has the copper lightning strike. You can see some of the, some of the air pockets in there. They can be filled with super glue and then sanded back down, but sometimes they show up as like a milky white spot too. So I had asked the owner, he said just leave them like this. They're going to be users, you know. I just wanted to have it, it's better than that rough G10. Anyways, you see the fit and finish on there. You can see the copper lightning strike. And I will not be buying material from this supplier anymore. not going to say who it is, but anyways. There's more people in the game now. When I was buying my material, gosh, 2-3 years ago, there was only one player. So now there's a bunch. Trying to show you, I did add some, man, I'm trying to have the lighting work with us. So there is some contouring here, but I did try to keep them mostly flat. I didn't want to kind of lose the Emerson style in there, and then I put like a, I don't know, I guess like a 45 chamfer on there, if you can see it. By the time you semi-polish these up though, kind of blends together. You can see a little better in person. But anyways, really nice. I also like, because they're so straight, you can tuck down a lot of that blade into the handle, and they just carry really easy. The owner is going to have it tapped to carry. He's got a smaller clip because the A-100's, even the mini, is shipped with a large clip. So like half of this knife is clip. But you can find these clips smaller. So the owner did. But when they're smaller, the screw heads, you have to get smaller screws. And I'm not comfortable with tapping screws that are even smaller than these pocket clip screws into titanium. If you remember right, Emerson locking side liners are titanium. And titanium can be real tricky when you're tapping into very, very small threads. You almost need a thread forming tap, and not like a regular conventional tap. Anyways, so he'll get that done. That was something I was not able to do. I think they're nice though. They're going to make great users. I assume he's going to have them tap it a little bit higher just to come up right by that hole. And using that smaller clip will really match the knife a lot better. I don't know why they put a giant clip on there on the small knife. Like half the knife was clipped. So there it is. 2 Emerson A-100's. I think they're great knife stock, but this is like the ultimate version of them, besides the custom version, obviously. You know, some of the customs look incredible. They have the titanium bolster, and then with the green micarta on the bottom usually, and the custom satin Ernest Emerson ground blade. Yeah, the next best thing. I think you could carry these, use them, beat them up, and not feel bad about it. And if anything went wrong, you could always buy another Emerson and switch the parts out. Or hopefully, I don't know what his policy is on modification. He might not. We might have just voided the warranty on him. We probably did. Anyways, hopefully that day never comes. That's always the risk you take when you highly modify something. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think. Again, if you have a knife here, I promise you I've probably lost sleep over it, and I'm trying to get caught up. So that's where I'm at. These knives have been well over a year in the making. So got some other projects that you guys will be seeing coming up very soon, and hopefully some happy friends that will have their stuff back in their hands. That's it, guys. Always appreciate you hanging out. See ya.